All right, hey everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin. I am your host, Tone Vays, coming to you at an ungodly hour, New York time, which is usually the time I'm always on. I am here in Istanbul, Turkey. I have a conference to go to in half an hour, and I wanted to get the video done because I'm not sure I would be able to at any other time today. So, because I am pressed on time, we are going straight to the charts, and very unlikely there would be time for any politics. I don't normally stream at this hour, so I'm not expecting a lot of viewers, though it's hard, happens to be on as our monitor. Thanks for joining me. I have no idea where you are, probably the UK, I would imagine. All right. So monthly chart, the month is almost coming to an end. Wow, this year is really flying by. We are on an MRI buy with the monthly Heikin-Ashi chart. Wow, Brazil. Mary Crypto from Brazil. Wow, you're awake. That's impressive. Thank you for joining me in the middle of the night. Awesome. Okay. A monthly chart, I expect the rebound to happen soon. Guys, Bitcoin almost was able to get some mustard and give us something decent, and then it all came pushing down once again. This structure continues to be very bearish in nature, but this structure is going to run into some seasonality. It's also going to run into, the implosion of European currencies, from the pound to the euro to the Swiss franc, the Norwegian currencies, the Czech krona. All the European currencies are in trouble. Germany is in serious trouble now that the gas pipeline somehow blew up. So we can speculate all day long as to who caused who sabotaged the Nord Stream 2 pipeline and the first one as well. But yeah, the world is becoming unhinged, to say the least, and it is going to reflect in the markets. I don't like the structure of this Bitcoin chart. This structure points to complete and utter capitulation down to the $14,000 level. 14, maybe 16 if we're lucky, but that's what the chart structure is pointing to. On a weekly scale, we will have an MRI buy 2 weeks from now. So in 2 weeks, we will have an MRI buy. Let's see if we can hang in there and consolidate. But even if we consolidate, we're still going to be in a structure that is pointing to capitulation. Our 4-day chart, we almost made it to my bullish line, but we don't have to, we're not going to be able to just touch it. We would have had to close above it and sustain that price for at least several days, maybe even a week. And we came close to that line. We broke a couple of moving averages, and now we are back down. Still have a day and a half to go in this candle. This arrow showing you the big drop to 16,000 is still the primary view of this chart pattern. You can see we are now flirting with the bottom of this channel. We could adjust this channel a smidge. Remember the tone-based rules on trend lines? You want to touch the maximum number of candles without breaking any of their bodies. So if I adjusted up just a little bit in order to not break these two bodies, this is our channel, and we are still right below the bottom of this channel. This is a very bearish sign, and I just keep sliding this sucker over. We are potentially due for a capitulation any day. But if we hang in there, another month or so, we could avoid capitulation. Oh yeah, New Zealand's awake. A descending triangle on Bitcoin USD weekly. That is not really a descending triangle to me. It's a tough one. I don't see it as a descending triangle. I don't. You might, but I don't. But the structure is similar to a descending triangle, and the outcome is still to the downside. Yeah, Australia loves this streaming time, and I do have a big following in Australia. Speaking of Australia, you guys are close. You can finally leave your country. They have dropped. They dropped some restrictions, and they are allowing you to leave. So come and join us at the financial summit in Bali, Indonesia. I might have time for the Moscow Stock Exchange. Here's my travel schedule, guys. I am currently in Turkey for Traffic Summit. I will then swing by Uzbekistan and then go to Kazakhstan and then Dubai and then the Republic of Georgia right here and then Bali, Indonesia. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter. We do tweet out a lot of financial research now. So please follow us on Twitter. We're picking up followers. We're at now 2,100. And of course, our YouTube channel. All right, daily chart I covered. Hourly chart. We started to rise nicely. We broke 20,000. This was the British pound trade. And then it all came crashing down once again, making new lows. Bitcoin is just not ready to start the bullish cycle yet. It's just not there. Oil trade will be interesting. I wonder what happens to the natural gas price. We'll take a look at that in a second. Gold is going down. As you can see my projection on gold, I am very bearish. Oil, I'm waiting to see if the Biden administration held to their promise of refilling the strategic oil reserve below $80 a barrel. So we will see in the next 2 weeks whether it's another lie by the current administration, because there was an announcement that they would refill it. It was all over the headlines that the Biden administration plans to refill the strategic oil reserve below 80, and price of oil is below 80. So let's see. Or are they going to keep drawing the oil out of it going into the election? The correlation, there's the stock market. The stock market is still going down. I did tweet out the other day that we are on the edge of a weekly and monthly and daily MRI buys. The last time this happened was in like March, April, February, March of 2009, when the 08 crisis ended. And here we are again next month. And remember, I had these projections back in May of this year. In May of this year, I anticipated the stock market to fall down to $3,500 and then rebound to new all-time highs. Next month, we will get an MRI buy on a monthly scale. And then about 2 weeks later, we will get a weekly MRI buy. And then it's very possible we will have a daily MRI buy as well. So the daily MRI buy, I mean, we'd have to wait till the middle of October. We're going to have an MRI buy very soon, waiting for oh, we had an MRI buy a few days ago, and we're now going to go into a second consecutive MRI buy, and we might be on a third consecutive MRI buy on the daily. So I would love to see the market go down every single day into mid-October, and then the Fed's not going to have any choice but to lower interest rates, which is going to be hilarious. It's actually going to be funny if the Fed lowers interest rates. There's your British pound. The British pound will fall below parity. I have no doubt in my mind, and it should happen this year. The euro, wow, look at the euro go. Once Italy leaves the euro, that would be another huge nail. The euro could actually fall down to 85 this year, depending how Italy plays their cards with their new prime minister. I guess the prime minister over there. They don't have presidents. The US dollar continues to rise. That was probably one of my better calls. Anyone that has watched this channel for the last 5 years knows I've been bullish on the US dollar to reach new all-time highs. And I mean new all-time highs. I mean above 160. That's my target. My target for the US dollar is about right there, 200. That's been my target for the US dollar for many, many years. No, the US dollar and the stock market are completely independent. They have nothing to do with each other. So the stock market could rise with the dollar. The stock market could fall with the dollar rising. They're completely irrelevant. Saturday morning hero, Gary's brother. I think I know who you are. I think I know which Gary you're talking about, though. That's a very common name. The Russian stock market. Yeah, I can glance at that. That was just the price of Bitcoin, guys. Monthly, let's go to a weekly chart on the Russian stock market. Man, I'm back in Turkey. The internet at this hotel is terrible. I was getting better signal on my American SIM card in Panama than I am at this hotel that I'm staying at. I'm getting like 3-4 bits down, 3-4 bits up, megabits. And Turkey is just falling apart. I'm sorry, guys. I keep giving it a chance. Is just they need to decide what they're gonna do. They need to decide if they're gonna go full Western or they're gonna join the BRICS and get rid of NATO. They need to make a decision because right now their currency is just imploding and they're falling apart. I need indices. I do have to jump on a call in 10 minutes, so the stream is going to end very soon. The Russian stock market on a weekly scale. Well, people got frightened by the current situation with Ukraine, the mobilization effort. Ukraine is pushing Russia back in the north, and it's all about confidence. When Russia was kicking Ukraine's ass, market was rising. Ukraine has been kicking Russia's ass a little bit the last couple of rounds, and the markets are falling. So if Russia, turns the corner and starts pushing Ukraine back again, the markets will rise. I mean, it's all a confidence game. The Russian currency is hanging in there, which means that the market is anticipating that Russia is going to be able to push Ukraine back. Because if Russia starts actually losing, then the Russian markets would unravel, the Russian currency would devalue, and the Russian stock markets would crash, and that's what would happen if Ukraine actually starts winning. But I don't see that. I don't see that in the currency. So it means that there is an anticipation that Russia is going to turn the corner very soon because Ukraine is losing a lot of men. Trying to take the north side of the country back, join the Russian Federation. So all this red areas is now Russian territory. We will see what that leads to going forward. I know there's going to be a lot of questions. How in the world can you have a 90% vote to one side? And it's going to be interesting what how people foresee it. It looks like the website is down, but that okay. So there's nothing I can do there. Jerome Powell spoke, and that didn't help matters at all. All right, that is it for me. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.